So now is 9:06 and we are 40 minutes from Turku. This night we meet Sini.
Yeah, we are here at her place. She's living in a community village. This is her house now, but tomorrow we will be helping her to build her own house in the
middle of the forest.
Yeah, she cut all the trees from there to build a house.
So nothing. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Nothing. Good night.
This is a summer kitchen. It's a very nice place to have it.
Yeah.
And then this here is like the garden, which will go down the hill. And so this is the toilet. Toilet. There will also be a toilet in the house.
Inside.
But originally my plan was that there's only a toilet out here, so that's why I started with it.
Yeah.
But then I have changed my plan.
Yeah.
So now there will be 2 toilets.
Yeah.
So this is where the front entranceway will be.
Yeah.
I think I'm still gonna build it out because the actual floor level where we're gonna be entering is somewhere up here. So there will be steps going up and maybe some kind of a porch with a roof over the porch also. But the front door is gonna be here.
Yes.
So here we enter into the entranceway. There's gonna be a window there. And all this structure that you see at the moment in here is temporary. So this is like a scaffolding.
Okay. Yeah.
That the house was built, like all these poles that were lifted, which is the actual structure, they needed something to come up against and to be supported with, so that's why the scaffolding is here. They were lifted like up against it and attached to it.
Yeah.
This is how I plan to keep what needs to be kept cool. Will be stored in here. It will be exciting once the day comes when I'm actually using it to see how it works, because I have no idea. And now there's still like water coming in here, which is not ideal.
Yeah.
And that's not supposed to be happening, but I'm not sure. It should be okay once the roof is built. If not, then it might be that I need to like have some kind of ways for the water to flow away from the house if it's coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you can't think of everything beforehand. Like now I have realized that the majority of the water that hits the roof is gonna be sliding to that end of the house, of course, because there's more roof there and it's going down there. But I want to collect the water on this side. So now I have a problem of how do I solve this? Do I just collect it on that side after all? Because I want it to be in the shade, not in the sun. And also I want to have because the water places in the house, like the taps will be here in the bathroom and in the kitchen.
Yeah. Be the walls.
There's not going to be any walls so far. Like the whole space is going to be the upstairs.
Yeah.
Because here, of course, we need to remember that this is not the floor level of the upstairs. The upstairs floor level is like about here or even a bit higher. So the upstairs is actually where there's no room here to be standing. And now the newest idea for me was also that maybe because my original idea was that this space is open from there till here. But now I thought that I make the bedroom all the way here and I actually put more windows here so that I get in the morning light into the bedroom.
Yeah.
I think you can decide as long as you haven't done something that's so big in its work that you don't want to change it anymore. Here you can see the roof structure quite nicely.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. Like.
Yeah, this is called a reciprocal roof. I'm not sure what the word exactly means, but the idea of a reciprocal roof is that there is no center to support it. Like usually in these kind of, if you have a circular roof or something, you might have like a center pole where you attach the sides to. But in this kind of roof, all the beams are always resting on the previous one.
Yeah, it's interesting how like much you've been thinking about everything with the sun and with how the water is going and all the like little things what you have to think when you're building a house.
Yeah, someone has already thought about it. But the interesting thing in this kind of process is also that I start to realize that designing something is not so easy actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like being an architect or whatever space designer, like designing spaces, it's not so simple actually, because there's like 1,000 details that you need to think of. And sometimes I get like, just a while ago I came here and I was explaining to Sergio that I designed the roof maybe the wrong way around. But I didn't think about it before, because if you think of the sun and the south, you want all the possible light coming in this side, and I have designed the bedroom light to come from the north side. So I'm like, oh, but what can I do about it anymore? Now you just live with it, and you have to come up with different solutions how to solve it. And like, I don't know, this kind of that's why this kind of process is so interesting, because one, I realize that it's not so easy. So I get a lot of like, if I have ever been like judgmental about why does someone design a house and this is not smart, like why is someone doing this kind of thing, and then I realize it's actually not so easy to take everything into account. And then the other thing is learning to accept that if it goes wrong, then how do you live with that and actually come to appreciate it exactly as it is.
Catch the whisper in the winter snow. Trace your steps back home before the woods go to sleep. Night is quickly closing in, I sink into the shadows. Old familiar paths hold new secrets in the dark.
And here is it the roof.
Yeah, the idea roof structure.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of some volunteers helping.
What is like what you want is that you want to do it by yourself?
Well, I think the clay as a material is something that fascinates me in a way, because you can sculpt it into anything.
Yeah.
So that you can be very creative with it. And then the other thing is that when you're building with the natural materials, it's like kind of that I'm living in the forest, even though I've built a structure.
Why in the first place you wanted to move in like in countryside or like away from the city?
Just to experience nature more. And also, like, a very important factor was experiencing a different pace of life. That it's not the city pace of life, but that I can tune myself more harmoniously with a natural rhythm of like everything, kind of like the same rhythm as Mother Earth, as the Earth has.
Yeah. Is this why you are building a house, or is there why you are building a house?
Well, I think maybe because I can. There's one reason, because it's possible, and because I had the idea to do so. And well, maybe one is that you can't really find this kind of house, or not on the market, and if you do, it will be super expensive, probably. And I came across some people who had done this before, and then one of the phrases that they were saying there was something like that anyone can do it, like even an animal builds its own house, so why can't a human build? Come on, a human, if an animal can build its own home, a human can build its own home. And I was like, yeah, that's true, it's not so difficult, I can do it. But then with this house it has a bit like been going up and down, and depending, like losing kind of the the original inspiration at times of why I'm doing it and such. So
how do you feel about the motivation now? How is your
well, it's I think I'm trying to find a kind of stable place in my life, and from there I think it's possible to find a very strong motivation. But I'm not quite there on the high motivation yet, but it's like today when we were there, I felt quite motivated. I thought this is quite nice actually building this, so I think it's on its way.